Toe Tuesday, a Keep Punching entertainment event.
Hey everyone, Kerry Daigle with the Keeppunching TV show. Just wanted to say hello to everyone about some information that we're going to share with you in reference to a big fight show July the 18th in Alexandria, Louisiana at the Rapids Parish Coliseum. Premier Boxing Championships, Warrior Boxing, and Keeppunching Entertainment, along with Fox Sports 1, are going to be involved in producing one of the biggest boxing shows on Fox throughout the year. And we're pretty excited about it. I have with me today Mr. David Rivas. He's the Director of Political Affairs over at the Paragon Casino. He's also public relations with Tunica Biloxi PAC. And David, you've been involved in boxing for quite a while now, being involved in a lot of the boxing shows actually at the Paragon Casino and Resort in Marksville, Louisiana. Am I correct?
Definitely, Kerry, and you were part of that. I mean, you brought some great entertainment, world-class fighters, and always shows that people talked about, after the fights. You would hear about it a year later because there was so much excitement and the quality of fights. And that's one of the things I want to commend you on, Mr. Daigle. Always bring a good show to town.
Well, thank you very much. I know you're a PR guy and you're very good at what you do, but you're also a huge boxing fan. I mean, you follow boxing big time and actually travel across the country to attend some of the big fights. Now, this particular show is something that's very unique to be coming to Sindler, Louisiana. And we have a triple main event right at the top of the card. But what's real interesting here, the undercard, what we call the dark part of the show, is going to feature some world-class fighters that alone, just these fighters alone, could be main events on any nationally televised show. Edwin Rodriguez, fighting as a cruiserweight. Everybody's seeing him on national TV. Justin Jones, an undefeated in 22 fights, heavyweight, on his way up, getting ready to fight for a championship in his next fight, should he be successful in this one. And of course, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Prince Charles Martin, who's making a comeback and looking to win his heavyweight championship back and get it back again. So this is interesting, being that that's the walk-in bouts and not actually the main events. I mean, have you seen anything like this before, David, on any shows that you've been involved in?
No, Kerry, and I got to tell you something. When you look at who's involved in this particular fight, I mean, you have three major promotion companies here. You have Premier Boxing, you have Warrior Boxing Promotions, and you have Keeppunching. The conglomerate of the three coming together already tells you it's going to be explosive. I mean, when you get a guy like Charles Martin, who was the world champion, I mean, he just recently fought in front of 90,000 people. He lost his title, but I mean, he's still ranked in the top 10 in the world. This guy wins his next couple of fights, I think he's fighting for the world title. But now that's here in Sindler. That's here in central Louisiana. You're going to touch it. You're going to feel it. We're not talking about, some fight that's taken back from a couple of guys from Bow Bridge or back in the bayou somewhere. We're talking about at the Rapids Coliseum. We're talking about you're going to see Vegas-style fighting. You're going to see quality in the square ring. When you hear the thuds, when you hear the excitement, I mean, you're going to hear the leather. You're going to know that you're in to see something very special. Charles puts on a great show. You have Triple J. I mean, the guy never walks backwards. He's always walking forward. His determination, his intestinal fortitude, he owns it. When he goes into the ring, he owns it. I'm excited, Karen. I can't wait.
Well, it's a heck of a show. And one thing, I'm not here to correct you, of course, but the 90,000 fans was Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. But one thing that's important, when Charles Martin fought Anthony Joshua in Manchester, England, the part that's exciting, there were 30,000 fans, but they sold out in 45 minutes, David.
Wow.
45 minutes. And then the next fight with Joshua, of course, was 90,000 people. So the heavyweight division is really a hot division right now. You've got Deontay Wilder, you got Anthony Joshua. You still have Charles Martin, a lot of world-ranked guys that really can fight in the top 10. And you got prospects like Triple J on the way up, grinding his teeth, looking to really go after one of these guys. So you're right, it can be very, very exciting. Have you ever seen anything like this on an undercard anywhere in the South?
No, where are you ever going to get the former world champion on an undercard who's still ranked in the top 10? It's unheard of. Where are you going to get somebody like Triple J with 22 wins on the undercard who's a heavyweight? Who puts two heavyweights on an undercard? I mean, that's just to tell you right there the action and the quality of what is about to be witnessed at the Rapides Coliseum. I mean, the people in the community are excited. You know, there's support from the local council, from the community leaders. You have different businesses that are jumping aboard. They all want to be part of the fight. And the unique thing about this is it's a community coming together. This Coliseum is very unique because they just rebuilt it. It holds 8,000 people. When you get in that Coliseum, whether you're sitting ringside or you're sitting on the top prom in the upper level, you feel like you're on top of the fight. So it's going to be an amazing fight. You know, you got a lot of different fighters on the undercard. You also have some local guys. Clay Burns, come on, man. Clay Burns is a crossover MMA guy. And they're talking about, you know, the MMA guys. And anytime you're in combat sport, you got to be a well-trained athlete to be able to deal with it. And the one thing about Clay is Clay's a fighter. And he's going in for actually a redemption match on someone that he fought with just, I guess it was a few months ago. And he fought to a draw. I think it's going to be one of those fights where somebody's going to hit the canvas. The undercard alone, as you asked me, Kerry, is going to be amazing. And I mean, if you're there for first bell, you're there on time. If you come in after the third fight, you're still going to witness a lot of hot action. You got guys that are in there, especially the guys that are ranked in the top 10 in the world, that are going to go out there because they want to win. And when you put those type of people together in the ring, you don't know who the opponent is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's interesting that you brought up here. Of course, everybody's talking about the McGregor-Floyd Mayweather fight that's coming up, MMA versus boxing in a sense. And on this card, we actually have two MMA fighters that are fighting in boxing matches. Brandon Shavers, who's 4-0 as an MMA fighter. Really good-looking guy, well-built, looks strong. But he's fighting a guy that is going to make him pay attention a little bit in boxing. So it'd be interesting to see how he moves over into the boxing arena. And then Clay Burns, an MMA fighter, who's now fighting also as a boxer. So two MMA guys fighting as boxers in this particular show. I like the idea that combat sports is coming together, and it's going to be a lot of that happening on this show. Not to forget that 3 of the fights that we haven't even mentioned are the 3 live main events. And one of them, of course, it has Ahmed Elbiale. I mean, I'm probably mispronouncing his name. He's 15-0 with 12 knockouts. He's fighting Leo Hall from Detroit, who's got 8 wins with 7 knockouts. That fight's not probably going to go the distance. This could be a fun one to watch. These are massive punchers, and that's one of the TV fights. And we've got just a lot of other great ones. You talked about the community coming together. What do you see happening there as far as the community, David?
Well, because the Coliseum is a new venue, and it has skyboxes. I mean, it's pristine, an amazing. When you go in there, I mean, if you drop a coin in the middle of the floor, you hear it all the way to the top of the upper prom. So, as far as acoustics and sound, I mean, it's tailor-made for boxing. When I talk about the community is very proud of the Coliseum, and they're all wanting to come in and help. You have the Visitors Bureau from Alexandria, Louisiana, and also Pineville that are being of a great assistance and wanting to help promote the fight. They're involved. We have a group called Kinetics that is a company that basically does a lot of media. They do print, they do electronic, they do a lot of unique things, and they've been on board 100% as well. You have the Alexandria City Council. I mean, I've never seen such an active council be involved in an entertainment product such as this. But I feel it's almost as though they're wanting something great to come into Alexandria, Louisiana. It's almost like they want to develop a franchise. And with Premier Boxing and Fox Sports 1 and all the other promoters that are involved, I mean, they have a special committee called GATA Gator basically goes out and seeks entertainment for the city and the parishes so that they can bring in quality, not only for entertainment, but also to assist in economic development. You know what happens. You know how the dollar reuses itself over and over, whether it's in hotels, restaurants, whatever the operation may be, car rentals, airports, all that comes together, Kerry. And I think they see the value in Rapides, in St. Law, to say, we want them to bring it. And whenever they heard Fox Sports 1 and the promoters like yourself, Keeppunching, Warrior, Premier, they felt that this is an opportunity. And I believe it's a great opportunity because there's a lot of folks coming together. You have the Holiday Inn Express, you have Best Western, you have Candlewood Suites. They're all coming together and saying, we want you guys to come. We're going to do whatever it takes. And they are. They're actually assisting in every way that they can. You have the National Guard. You have two major casinos that are coming in as sponsors as well. You have Coca-Cola. There are so many people out there. You have the Corona is the national sponsor. They're huge. I mean, we don't have to tell you who Corona is. We have the retinal surgeons from Texas, and they've come behind us 100%. They love boxing. They always support. And I mean, this fight reminds me of old times when someone would say, you know what, we have to develop a community by building, by growing, by educating. And I think what they're actually doing is they're looking toward the promoters out there, and they're saying, and I'm not just talking about boxing, Karen, I'm talking about any type of entertainment in general that the public yearns for, whether it's concerts, whether you're looking at trying to lure different events to the area. I think they see that the boxing, especially at this level, when you can simulcast to millions and millions of viewers, is the platform that's going to allow them to springboard to that next level.
Well, David, tell me a little bit about what do you see as the significance of the exposure of this national televised show? What is it going to bring to the Rapides Parish Coliseum?
Well, it puts them on the map, Kerry. I mean, if I'm a promoter out there and I'm wanting to bring, you know, my acts or my events, you know, to a location that can draw 8,000 people, I tell you what, my ears are very perked up because I want to be part of that. And because it draws not only from Rapides, Avalos, 2 or 3 of the other local parishes. We got fighters coming out of Houston. You're going to have people driving in from Texas to come here, have people come from Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. And this location is centrally located. So that makes it even a more convenient place for people to come to as far as the state goes. The draw also is for other states to say, they're having quality events there. We can have our conventions there. We can go there, and we can also include this as part of that tourist package that we need to make us the place to go in central Louisiana. So it all kind of plays into each other. What I really like about the opportunity for Alexandria is that it's going to be the first time that they're going to get national and international exposure on a major network. And that, I mean, you can't put a value on that, Karen.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can tell a boxing fan is coming out in you. You're very excited about what's getting ready to happen on July the 18th. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. You can go to the Coliseum and buy your tickets there. There's military discounts. All you have to do is show your ID, and you can you get a discount not only for one ticket, but as many tickets as you want to buy. If you're in the military, if you want to buy 10 tickets, you get a discount on 10 tickets. David, in closing,
carry on that point. We have actually 2 major military installations in that particular area. In Leesville, you know, you have Fort Pope, which is over 6,000 soldiers. You have Camp Beauregard also, which is almost 3,000 plus soldiers as well. And we love our military. We love our veterans. And I believe that this is an opportunity for them to also come and watch some quality fights and be entertained as well. But we want them to come together. And that's why we're offering the military discount as well. Not to mention, you know, that everything that they do for this country, we'd love to have them in our audience.
So, David, closing comments for everyone that's listening in for the upcoming show. What would you say to a person that's even on the fence about thinking about coming?
If you've never been to a boxing event, but you took your money and you had an opportunity to buy a pay-per-view fight, spend $80, maybe $90, maybe $100 for $20, or if you'd like to sit ringside for $150, you're going to have the opportunity to go into the Rapids Coliseum, see Vegas-style boxing live. I mean, you're going to hear when they go to the ground. You're going to hear thunder shake whenever you hear the bodies coming together in the combat sport that it is. And you're going to know what professional boxing is, but you're going to know what it is to be entertained. So, do you want to come see the real gladiators at the Coliseum? July 18th, without a doubt, will be your opportunity.
Toe to Toe Tuesday, a Keep Punching entertainment event.